Pyari Sad Sangat Jiyo, before we begin, let's come together and say the Guru's Fateh together one time. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. For a few minutes, let's start by doing Mool Mantra together. Let's remember those that are perishing around the world, that are much less fortunate than us. Even in Punjab today, with everything that's going on with floods, people dying. Let's keep them in our minds, in our hearts. And together, let's come together and do Mool Mantra together. The words from Vaheguru, from God Himself, that were uttered to Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji. These are the words of God. So aao ral mil ke aao apa Mool Mantra da jaap kariye. Ek oankar satnam karta purkh nirpo nirvair akal moorat juni sapam gur prasad jap. आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु करता पुरख निरपो निर्वैर अकाल मूरत जूनी सबम गुर प्रसाद जाप. आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु. एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरपो निर्वैर अकाल मूरत जूनी सबम गुर प्रसाद जाप. आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु. एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरपो निर्वैर अकाल मूरत जूनी सबम गुर प्रसाद जाप. आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु. जपो एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरपो निर्वैर काल मूरत जूनी सबम गुर प्रसाद जाप. आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Tera kita jato nahi, maino jog kitoi, main nirgun yaare ko gun nahi, ape taris peoi, ape taris peoi. ज्यों जानो त्यों राख, हर प्रभ तेरिया। Guru Pyari Satsang Ji, this Shabad was penned by Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji. And in this world, the daily challenges that we face in this world, Maharaj is crying out to Vaheguru and says, save me. Is dunya to bacha lo. That we live in this dark age that we call Kaljug, that it's consuming me. And the one who can save me is you, Vaheguru. So save me any way that you can. But for you to be saved, Guru Pyareo, you have to want to be saved. You have to come to that realization that you need saving. So let's sing this Shabad together, and we'll go through the meaning, the deeper meaning more than what you see on the screens, to be able to understand, and not only understand but reflect and bury this and imbue it deep into your heart. This is a beautiful Shabad. Let's all sing together, reflect together in the Sad Sangat that we are here and now. These are the moments, this is the precious time that you have whilst you are here. Otherwise, when you walk out of these doors and you drive away from this Gurudwara, you go back into your regular life, a family life. And we all fall under the same trap, that when we go from here, we get busy with other things and we forget what we've learnt here, what we've sung here, what we've read here, all of those teachings. So let's embed this into our hearts as we sing, as we listen along. Jyo jano teo rakh har prabh teriya, jyo jano teo rakh har prabh teriya, jyo jano teo rakh har prabh teriya, jyo jano teo rakh har prabh teriya,
ਪ੍ਰਤ ਸਦ ਭੂਲਿਐ, ਜਿਉ ਜਾਨੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ, ਜਿਉ ਜਾਨੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ, ਕੀਤੇ ਗਾਨੋ ਸੰਖ ਅਵਗਨ ਮੇਰਿਆ, ਕੀਤੇ ਗਾਨੋ ਸੰਖ ਅਵਗਨ ਮੇਰਿਆ, ਜਿਉ ਜਾਣੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ, ਜਿਉ ਜਾਣੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ। ਮੋਹ ਮਗਨ ਵਿਗਰਾਲ ਮਾਇਆ, ਤੋ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦੀ ਕੂਲਿਐ, ਮੋਹ ਮਗਨ ਵਿਗਰਾਲ ਮਾਇਆ, ਤੋ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦੀ ਕੂਲਿਐ, ਤੋ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦੀ ਕੂਲਿਐ, ਜੋ ਜਾਣੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ, ਜੋ ਜਾਣੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ। ਲੋਭ ਕਰਤ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਬਿਖਰੇ, ਪ੍ਰਭ ਨਿਹ ਤੇ ਨਿਆ, ਲੋਭ ਕਰਤ ਵਿਕਾਰ ਬਿਖਰੇ, ਪ੍ਰਭ ਨਿਰ ਤੇ ਨਿਰਿਆ, ਨਿਰ ਤੇ ਨਿਰਿਆ, ਜੋ ਜਾਣੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ, ਜੋ ਜਾਣੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ। ਬਿਨਵੰਤ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਇਆ ਤਾਰੋ, ਕਾਢ ਪਵ ਜਲ ਫੇਰਿਆ, ਬਿਨਵੰਤ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਇਆ ਤਾਰੋ, ਕਾਢ ਪਵ ਜਲ ਫੇਰਿਆ, ਕਾਢ ਪਵ ਜਲ ਫੇਰਿਆ, ਜੋ ਜਾਨੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ, ਜੋ ਜਾਨੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ, ਕੀਤੇ ਗਾਨੋ ਸੰਖ ਅਵਗਨ ਮੇਰਿਆ, ਕੀਤੇ ਗਾਨੋ ਸੰਖ ਅਵਗਨ ਮੇਰਿਆ, ਜੋ ਜਾਨੋ ਤਿਉ ਰਾਖ ਹਰਿ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਰਿਆ।
Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji in Rag Jaitsri. This Shabad comes at Ang 704, which is almost halfway through Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, of the 1430 Angs of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And what Maharaj is saying, it's a submission of themselves. The Vaheguru, save me however you can, save me from this world as I go through life. I make a lot of mistakes. I get penalized for everything. Everything gets noted. And all of my mistakes, all of my sins, they're uncountable. Kete gano asankha avaguna mereya. All of those mistakes I make, there's so many of them, I don't even know where to begin to count them. And no matter how much we think of ourselves, how much good that we think we do, we make mistakes. And we have been doing since the day we were born. Whether others are around to see them or not, you know within yourself. Sometimes our mistakes are pointed out to us. If somebody finds out that you have committed a sin, or if you have made a mistake, somebody will point it out to you, whether that's in a professional manner at work when you make a mistake, or whether it's in your personal lives and your family lives at home. And in some ways, when somebody points that out to you, that's a great thing, because they're pointed out to you and you can do something about it. Whether that's correct it, whether that's admitting it and apologizing. In some way, we can put it right if we make those mistakes. But as we go through, we make other mistakes as well. And sometimes they're not noticed by others. But Guru Pyareo, there is always that one who is watching. And I say watching because that's maybe an easy way to define how Guru Sahib is always there and always looking out for us. And it's that analogy that somebody is watching, looking at us from above. But as I've said before, that Jyot, that Vaheguru, that Hari, Parameswar, Satguru resides within. Whatever you want to call that energy that's within. And in many ways, that Jyot resides within our conscience. When we do something or are about to do something wrong, or we're about to say something or do something that may hurt somebody else, there's something still deep inside of us that knows that we're about to do something wrong, or that we have done something wrong. And that's our conscience telling us. And that Jyot, that Vaheguru lives inside that conscience because it tells you. And for us, through Gurbani, we have to lighten that Jyot inside of us. We have to give it fuel. Vin tel diva kyon jale? Why should that flame inside us keep lit when we haven't given it fuel? The fuel of Naam, the fuel of Bani, the fuel of Simran, the fuel of Seva, the fuel of Sangat. Sometimes we expect it, when the hard times come, we expect it all automatically just to be inside us, to come for that kind of Jyot, to make us feel one again, to feel better again, to feel good again. We expect it just to shine within inside us, but how much have you fueled that Jyot inside you? And Guru Pyareo, that conscience, that Jyot is inside of us. And it's alive when you are alive. At the moment we're sleeping, myself included, we spend most of our time in doing so many other things, enjoying ourselves outside. But do we really spend as much time with our Guru as we can? And we don't. That is the truth of it, Guru Pyareo. That we don't, and we don't spend the time to do Simran. That are we remembering Vaheguru in everything and every single thing we do and say? That jyot, sometimes that conscience is very, very quiet inside of us. We kind of listen, it's kind of there for a second when you're about to do something wrong, and then it goes away. But Guru Pyareo, those that are more awake than even us, that have that jyot brighter inside them, that conscience is very strong, that voice is very strong inside them, and that is that jyot lit to its fullest. And it's a submission. In the following pankti, Maharaj says, Asankhya vagan khate fere nit prat sad bhuliye. Admit it to yourselves that when you walk through those doors of this Divan Hall, that when you come to the front and you matha take, realize the whole reason that you are matha taking is that you are giving your head to the Guru, and only the Guru, nobody else outside of this Divan, only Tan Tan Sahib Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And what is that an admission of? That is an admission when you matha take, that you acknowledge, that you bow down to a higher power, a higher entity, a higher jyot than yourself. Because we walk around this world, we walk on this earth, and we walk in ego, and we forget that at some point our time will be up. This world, this earth, this universe was created billions of years ago, and it's ever expanding. It's growing bigger and bigger. So when you think in that context of billions of years, your life, Guru Pyareo, on this earth is very, very short. It's not even a drop in the ocean. You have come here onto this earth, into this world, and you will go again. And there's nothing that anybody in this world can do to stop it. Maharaj then goes on to say, Moh magan bikral maya, o prasadi kuliye. That this world is an illusion. Everything around us, everything that takes us away from Vaheguru, the One, when we step outside this door, everything is Maya. Maya is not just the notes that we have in our pocket. Maya is anything that takes you away from the One. And we're almost intoxicated by it. We're consumed by it, is what Maharaj is saying here. We're emotionally attached to the people around us. Our family, our friends, our spouses, our kids, brothers, sisters. We have an emotional attachment to them. But at the end of the day, they are here today. They may be gone tomorrow. They may even be gone today. We don't know. We don't know when that time will be up. The only one that is going to be here eternally is Vaheguru. And Maharaj even says in the next line, Luk karat bikar bikhde, Prabhu nirute nirya. secretly, we commit these sins, but we would sometimes do forget that Vaheguru is near to us. We forget that they are inside, that they are in every living thing, in every inanimate stone, that Jyot exists. And it is time for us to wake up and realize that. And now is the time, Guru Pyareo. Sometimes, a lot of times, I've seen people, when they kind of grow old, then they will take Amrit. Then they will start reading Bani. And no, it's never too late. But there are many that plan it. That, oh, no, I'm in my 30s, I'm in my 40s now. But when I grow older, when I'm in my 50s, 60s, I retire, then I'll start. No, Guru Pyareo, that is not the way. Don't only die as a Sikh, live as a Sikh. Live as a Khalsa, live all of those things that Gurbani teaches us. And that comes on a daily basis. On a daily basis of doing Naam, of repeating Vaheguru, Vaheguru, of doing Simran every day. That's a daily thing. And that's something that if it hasn't started in your life, in your daily life right now, then now is the time to start. Not in the future, because that is one thing that is not guaranteed, Guru Pyareo. We can't guarantee the next second. And even, I remember I was at Gurmat camp and we were doing Vyakhya of the Hukamnama every day. And on the last day, after we had explained what the Hukamnama meant, one of the kids raised their hands and I asked them, what's your question? And they said, why every day of this camp you've always been talking about death? Why are you always talking about death? And that's because in the Hukamnama that had come, in almost every Shabad it talks about that time that will come upon all of us, on death. And that's the one thing that is inevitable in this life, that we will go. So how can you not talk about it? And how can you not talk about it to kids? Because they are the same. Just because we're older, we're not immune from death. They're not immune from death. Just because they are younger. We would like to hope and think that they have long lives, but nothing is guaranteed. Those Char Sahibzade sometimes wonder if they thought what their lives would be like when they grow older, in their adulthood, that they didn't get a chance to see at such young ages, as young as 5. And there have been countless of shaheeds that have died in our panth, even of recent times, that have been that old or even younger. So that time, Guru Pyareo, our lives, there's no guarantee on them. We are here today, and we will be gone tomorrow, and it's time for us to realize that. Binwant Nanak Daya Taro
Ad Pav Chal Vereya.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Maharaj, shower me with your pyar, your vibe, your vibe. Shower me with mercy. At this point, I have realized that there are so many things wrong with me, and you are the one that can lift me up out of this world and save me. And Guru Pyareo, that is the aim of our life, to get out of this ocean, to get out of this birth and death reincarnation, and to merge back with the one Vaheguru. Forgive our mistakes. We're going to do Samapti here after these last few lines. Jyo jano teo rakh har prabh वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा
वाहिगुरु
जी की फतेह।
ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਸਾਵਣ ਸਰਸੀ ਕਾਮਣੀ, ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਸਿਉ ਪਿਆਰ। ਸਾਵਣ ਸਰਸੀ ਕਾਮਣੀ, ਚਰਨ ਕਮਲ ਸਿਉ ਪਿਆਰ। ਮਨ ਤਨ ਰਤਾ ਸੱਚ ਰੰਗ, ਇੱਕੋ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ। ਮਨ ਤਨ ਰਤਾ ਸੱਚ ਰੰਗ, ਇੱਕੋ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ। ਇੱਕੋ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਵਿਖਿਆ ਰੰਗ ਕੁੜਾਵਿਆ, ਦਿਸਨ ਸਭੇ ਛਾਰ। ਵਿਖਿਆ ਰੰਗ ਕੁੜਾਵਿਆ, ਦਿਸਨ ਸਭੇ ਛਾਰ। ਹਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਬੂੰਦ ਸੁਹਾਵਣੀ, ਮਿਲ ਸਾਧੂ ਪੀਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਬੂੰਦ ਸੁਹਾਵਣੀ, ਮਿਲ ਸਾਧੂ ਪੀਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਮਿਲ ਸਾਧੂ ਪੀਵਨ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਵਣ ਤ੍ਰਿਣ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸੰਗ ਮੋਲਿਆ, ਸਮਰਥ ਪੁਰਖ ਅਪਾਰ। ਵਣ ਤ੍ਰਿਣ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸੰਗ ਮੋਨਿਆ। ਸਮਰਥ ਪੁਰਖ ਅਪਾਰ। ਸਮਰਥ ਪੁਰਖ ਅਪਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਜਿਨੀ ਸਖੀਏ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਪਾਇਆ। ਹਉ ਤਿਨ ਕੈ ਸਾਧ ਬਲਿਹਾਰ। ਜਿਨੀ ਸਖੀਏ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਪਾਇਆ। ਹਉ ਤਿਨ ਕੈ ਸਾਧ ਬਲਿਹਾਰ। ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਾਇਆ ਕਰ। ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਣ ਹਾਰ। ਸਾਵਣ ਤਿੰਨਾ ਸੁਹਾਗਣੀ। ਜਿਨ ਰਾਮ ਨਾਮ ਉਰਹਾਰ। ਜਿਨ ਰਾਮ ਰਾਮ ਉਰਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਬਿਨ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਨਾ ਤੀਐ। ਬਿਨ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਨਾ ਤੀਐ। ਭਾਗਹੀਣ ਬਹਿਰੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ। ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। बिन भागा दर्शन ना तियै, बिन भागा दर्शन ना तियै, भागहीन बहरोए। सतगुरु नो सब को लोचदा, जेता जगत सब कोय। सतगुरु नो सब को लोचदा, जेता जगत सब कोय। हों पंथ दसाई नित खड़ी, कोई प्रभ दसे तीन जाओ। हों पंथ दसाई नित खड़ी, कोई प्रभ दसे तीन जाओ। जिन्नी मेरा प्यारा राविया, तिन पिछे लाग फिरा। जिन्नी मेरा प्यारा राविया, तिन पिछे लाग फिरा। कर मिन्नत कर जोदरी, मैं प्रभ मिलने का चाओ। सतगुरु नो सब को लोचदा, जेता जगत सब कोय। सतगुरु नो सब को लोचदा, जेता जगत सब कोय। मेरे भाई जना कोई मोको, हर प्रभ मेल मिलाए। मेरे भाई जना कोई मोको, हर प्रभ मेल मिलाए। हों सतगुर विटों वारिया, जिन हर प्रभ दिया दिखाए। हों सतगुर विटों वारिया, जिन हर प्रभ दिया दिखाए। सतगुरु नो सब को लोचदा, जेता जगत सब कोय। सतगुरु नो सब को लोचदा, जेता जगत सब कोय। होए निमाणी तै पवा, पूरे सतगुर पास। निमाणिया गुरमान है, गुर सतगुर करे सबास। हाँ गुरसाला न रजाऊं, मैं मेले हर प्रभ पास। मैं मेले हर प्रभ पास। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਬਿਨ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਨਾ ਥੀਐ, ਭਾਗਹੀਣ ਬਹਿ ਰੋਏ। ਜੋ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਭਾਣਾ ਸੋਥੀਆ, ਤੁਰ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਨਾ ਮਿਟੈ ਕੋਇ। ਤੁਰ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਨਾ ਮਿਟੈ ਕੋਇ। ਆਪੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਆਪ ਹਰ, ਆਪੇ ਮੇਲ ਮਿਲਾਏ। ਆਪੇ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਆਪ ਹਰ, ਆਪੇ ਮੇਲ ਮਿਲਾਏ। ਆਪ ਦਇਆ ਕਰ ਮੇਲ ਸੀ, ਗੁਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪੀਛੇ ਪਾਏ। ਆਪ ਦਇਆ ਕਰ ਮੇਲ ਸੀ, ਗੁਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪੀਛੇ ਪਾਏ। ਸਭ ਜਗ ਜੀਵਨ ਜਗ ਆਪ ਹੈ, ਨਾਨਕ ਜਲ ਜਲੈ ਸਮਾਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਬਿਨ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਨਾ ਦੀਐ, ਬਿਨ ਭਾਗਾਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਨਾ ਦੀਐ। ਭਾਗਹੀਣ ਬਹਿ ਰੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਲੋਚਦਾ, ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। ਜੇਤਾ ਜਗਤ ਸਭ ਕੋਏ। इतनी हाज़री प्रवान करनी। गुरुद्वारा सनहोजा सिख गुरुद्वारा वालों जुलाई 24 ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ 28 तक गुरमत कैंप हो रहे हैं, जिस विच 6 साल तो 16 साल के बच्चों वास्ते एडमिशनां हैं। सरबत संगतां नूं प्यार सहित बेनती है कि अपने बच्चों नूं इस कैंप विच एडमिशन दिवाओ, लैके आओ, ताकि बच्चों नूं अपने इतिहास बारे, गुर इतिहास बारे, गुरबाणी बारे जानकारी हो सके। इतनी हाज़री प्रवान करनी। भुल चुक दी खिमा। अगला समा स्टेज तो सरवण करो जी। प्यार सहित फतेह बुलाओ। वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह।